for a little bit.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you kind of let people come in. I wonder if I even know how to like mute myself so that I can go through my sneeze attack.
Want me to cut in when you're sneezing?
Jeez, I think you should. Oh, I found my chapstick. There we go. Oh, good day today. Found chapstick. Oh man.
Yeah. Showered today. I wore a collared shirt.
Oh
wait,
man.
no, it doesn't have collar, it has buttons though.
I love it. I love that your meme is exactly your uniform. It's so great. It makes me happy. Yeah, I'm banking on getting through this today. Energy levels. We got this. We got this. We got this.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Oh yeah. I like
a new year.
Gina signs on. She's like, I'm out, everybody. Good luck.
Have fun.
Hey, I'm still here.
I'm still here. Man, I'm excited to kick off this year. This is good. Well, guess what, everybody? You're not going to get much hype out of me today because we did the soft launch yesterday. 2, I am sick. If you can't hear that in my voice and my unkept look, or maybe that's the style we're going for. Is this like Keanu Reeves-esque look? Who knows? Michael, you're so quiet. Michael, dude, you're a co-host of this today. You don't get to be quiet.
Man. Hey, it's usually you that does these things.
Yeah. Well,
I'm excited. It's what I've been working on for the past 6 months. So
past 4 years.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Dôr was 6 years ago now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll kick off in like another minute or two. It's only been a minute after the hour. People tend to trickle in and then we get this thing going. But I would expect
my real goal here is to show off my plant. So
your plant and your secret startup art in the background.
Hey, don't worry about that.
Jesus. Well, cool. Kick things off. How you feeling today, Michael? You good?
I'm good. I'm not sick at all. I've been hiding away from all humanity.
Do you have a picture of a plant in your place next to a real plant?
Yeah, I won it at an auction.
Oh,
nice. Yeah, this one doesn't need watering.
Oh man. All right. We still have a bunch of people still trickling in. Man. Give it a couple seconds.
Got any New Year's resolutions, Ben?
That's none of your business, Michael. It's none of your business. I will tell you that.
That answers my question.
Well, maybe I do, but maybe I can't share them. Well, first was to get Dôr out the door. That was for you, Matthias. That was for you.
Jesus.
Love it. All right. I'm going to kickstart. My jokes are getting bad and, whatever. Let's kick this off. Welcome to the zillionth Hypergraph Hour and welcome to the new year. Happy New Year, everybody. I'm pretty excited. I'm Ben Jorgensen. Michael Brand, our Chief Product Officer and the founder of Dôr Technologies, is joining us today. And what we're pretty excited to showcase for everybody is the Dôr Traffic Miner and data mining platform. And after this Hypergraph Hour, we're going to go into an AMA on the Lattice Telegram, where we're going to answer a bunch of questions. I bet we have close to 95% of those questions answered. But today's pretty awesome. I have to say, like, over the last, Michael Brand and I have been friends for about 6 years. I followed his progress with Dôr Technologies over the years. A brilliant mind, has been in blockchain and Bitcoin for a long time, was an early DAG holder, day one. And, we started thinking about how do we get our two companies combined to do something really interesting, because so many people are scared of crypto and blockchain that they don't really, they love to talk about it. They love to have board meetings that they know they have experts about blockchain and crypto. But I think we all know that that's kind of a bunch of BS. And they really don't have the chops. And so when it came down to Michael and I, we got together and we're like, what could we do with our data? How could we bring our data into the crypto world? And how could we use incentives in a real world capacity for meaningful data? And I think this is such a landmark day and time, because we're going to see a massive shift over the next couple of years around real products in crypto and blockchain start to flourish, and ecosystems that are capitalizing on real productions really come to the forefront, front and center. And this is kind of what was fun for us, was to take this idea we had. We started talking about this, Michael, in 2019 around merging the two companies. And then in 2020, we're like, let's do this. We had a plan for this. And now this is kind of like the plan coming to life. And so this has been in the works for quite a while. And I think this gets us away from the meme coins of the world. I know we all love that and it's fun, but what happens when we start putting real data on blockchain and tying that to crypto incentives and really open the floodgates for really anyone to get in board? So today we're going to talk through the Dôr Traffic Miner, and we're going to talk to the data mining platform. I'll introduce the Dôr Traffic Miner, which we launched yesterday, and Michael's going to dive into really the aha moment of all of this and what the big picture is around the Dôr Traffic Miner and the data mining platform. So let me kick off. So the agenda is going to be very quick. We're going to go through an introduction to the Dôr Traffic Miner. How do you get yours? We're going to break it down on how it will work and the value of it. Michael Brand is then going to come in and introduce the data mining platform. And then we're going to talk about what's next. So I'm going to kick off, everybody. So yesterday we launched a soft launch to collect interest around the Dôr Traffic Miner. We've been very overwhelmed by the amount of interest people have to get involved and get one. This is our first foray into hardware. Constellation is becoming not only a data validation layer, but also getting into crypto through hardware. So actual tangible products that people can touch and feel with their crypto. And I think this is a huge step forward for many people in the space, because you've got ASICs miners and you've got hardware wallets that people can carry around. But now we're talking about tying data to crypto. And so this has really never been seen before. Helium has done an amazing job of creating a very powerful network that I think kind of spearheaded a lot of bringing crypto into the average household. And now we're kind of taking it a step further. There we go. Did I miss a slide? So I want to kick it off and be like, why is this first of its kind? Well, a lot of our efforts and our vision over the next couple of years is to really bring anybody into the fold of crypto. And so we thought about this through the lens of the Dôr Traffic Miner. Here's a piece of hardware. It's very low energy intensive, doesn't cost very much to get up and running, and yet it produces a lot of valuable insights. It's a piece of hardware that every brick and mortar, retail, restaurant really uses to kind of understand what kind of volume of people are coming into their facilities. And we thought, how can we bring this to the average person? How can they use this piece of hardware and connect it to their world? Could we get people in the crypto space to take power of earnings and rewards and plant these devices anywhere in the world? And so where Dôr Technologies really focused on enterprise, on selling B2B and enterprise solution around counting people, we thought, why wouldn't it be powerful if we took this to everybody in crypto to use their imaginations on where they can count people, where they can collect valuable data? We know there's valuable data. Michael built this company over the last 6 years that sold this data to brick and mortar facilities, offices, measuring people going in and out of offices, doorways that are at the airport, at hospitals, all things that connect not only people, but to operational outcomes. And so this is a first of its kind, because you're seeing two worlds collide through two people that have a vision to connect crypto together. And so our hardware is super simple. When we looked at purchasing Dôr Technologies, we looked at how the technology behind the device was extremely complicated. The data that was collected was rather robust, but yet the device was like an iPod. It was super simple. Anybody could really install this in like minutes and start collecting valuable insights on their business. And so what this really comes to us is, we thought, well, hey, people are having trouble understanding how data connects to Constellation's vision. How does data play the story in crypto in general? And so the Dôr Traffic Miner is really kind of the first data source that we're bringing into the Constellation ecosystem. And we've got many more coming, but we decided to focus and launch our data initiatives to the consumer with the Dôr Traffic Miner. And so the Dôr Traffic Miner is a people counter. It counts people anywhere. And really you could define this as not a proof of work like we've seen in the past with crypto mining operations, but a proof of data. You're getting rewarded for the data that you provide. The proof of data that you provide, you're getting rewarded. And ultimately, this kind of fits our 2022 vision of educating the masses on how crypto can be tied to valuable real world information. We hear Dogecoin every day and people are like, what is this? Should I get involved? And they get involved based off of FOMO. They don't really know how it's tied to it, but there's a movement behind it. There's a socioeconomic movement, a community movement that happens with crypto. Well, now what happens if you tie something that already has established real world value and you bring that into a world where community is so valuable and important? And that's really kind of where the genesis of the Dôr Traffic Miner started, is to bring this piece of technology that's reserved for enterprise partners and bring it to the creative ingenuity that happens within crypto ecosystems. So now to do a little breakdown of what this Dôr Traffic Miner is. I've been in Telegram. I watched everything that everybody was saying. I was monitoring it. And so I'm going to kind of knock out a bunch of these questions that everybody has. So we are selling the Dôr Traffic Miner, also called the DTM. This will allow any holder of this to mine or receive rewards for providing foot traffic data on the next version of Dôr's hardware sensor. So you can't use Dôr's existing hardware sensor today to facilitate this. We are featuring a completely new product line with much of the same technology, but enhanced and modified to meet this crypto use case. And so the way that we're going to be displaying this or selling this is much like a Kickstarter campaign that you're familiar with. So the NFT is really a representation or a receipt for your purchase of the DTM. And so it's a pre-order like event, much like a Kickstarter does. When you go to a Kickstarter campaign, you believe in the product that's being built, and you fund the product, and then you wait a little while later to receive the actual product. So the DTM is actually under the same fee as the NFT. So you're paying for DTM, receiving an NFT. That's all the costs kind of built into one. And then we're going to start distributing the device in Q4 of 2022. So whoever holds the NFT when it's time to ship will be able to redeem the NFT to get the DTM. So that's very important, is that the NFT, once again, will actually have a serial number that's attached to the NFT, which tells you the order of which you will be receiving the DTM. What's fun about this is that all NFTs will have a rarity component to it. We've already designed all the designs for the NFT. There will be various rarities. We'll also randomize the serial number to the rarity to the NFT design. But ultimately, the serial number is how you know when you're going to when you will get your device and when it will be ready to be onboarded. So an NFT in this essence is really a tool or mechanism to help in the onboarding process of the DTM. And so kind of start thinking about that as you think about why we're doing this with the NFT. How does this relate to the actual product? We want to have fun with it. We want to get people engaged. And the NFT will ultimately be the way for you to onboard onto our data mining platform, which Michael's going to discuss in a little bit, and begin earning various rewards before the actual device is installed. DAG will be the reward of the platform that will be giving out based on bounties or certain actions that people have to do to set up their Dôr Traffic Miner and get set up on the platform. So the NFT, so kind of breaking down how the next few weeks are going to happen. The NFT of the DTM will be first made available on the Lattice Launchpad on January 18th. This will be the most cost-effective way to get your DTM, and it'll start on the Launchpad at $5K. We wanted to offer this to our community. Those that understand the Lattice Launchpad have integrated with it. If you're a US individual, if you're in Spain, you're in Latin America, wherever you are, you will be able to purchase one of these. The cost for the DTM will be $5K, and you will then be given an NFT. You'll be given multiple NFTs if you end up buying multiple devices. Right now, there is no real cap on how many devices you can actually buy. Just know that you will be instructed on setting those up in some capacity. So be careful what you wish for, if you will. And then, as we said, there will be no additional cost to receive the DTM. Once you pay for that, that is yours. And once you're ready to redeem, it'll go out to you. The first units will ship, that is based on the serial number, at the end of 2022. Before the unit ships, the NFT will provide access to the data mining platform. As I mentioned, once again, Michael's going to dive into the data mining platform and really kind of how this opens up the Constellation vision around data validation at scale. Anyone can install this device. You don't have to be a shop owner. I saw a lot of people in Telegram writing things like, oh, I don't own a business, but my friend owns a business. This is your chance to be a datapreneur. How do you see this coming to life? I know a bunch of people that own a bunch of brick and mortar retail shops. I'm going to be taking them to their place and getting them onboarded. However you want to structure your datapreneurial life, that is like up to you. And we're excited to see how that kind of flourishes. Something that I use internally as a phrase, which the company cringes when I say, I call it the technical graffiti artist. I know Carrie's cringing as I say this, and I told her I was going to say it because I love this idea of being a graffiti artist, going somewhere where you think is going to have a lot of foot traffic data, plugging it in. It's a peel and stick device. You stick it over a doorway or a traffic sign, but you are required to maintain that. That is how you continue to earn rewards and bounties that occur. And that's what's exciting about crypto is you don't always know how the productization of crypto is going to flourish. it's so there's so many novel ways that I've never even heard of. Some things that I didn't even think about DAG. I've received emails from people telling me how DAG could be used in this or that. Well, how anything in the crypto space happens is really what we're trying to launch. Is what can you think of? Where can you think of planting this? How do you think of your business around mining data? What does that look like to you? Work with business partners, work with your neighbors, hold parties, have your cat walk up and down your hallway. Michael will probably tell me that won't count as foot traffic. I don't know, but like
we did have someone put it on a doggy door once, and
oh my God, did you really?
So, yep, there's some rare data there.
So like all of this, I mean, we are coming up with ideas all day long at Constellation. I can't tell you how much fun it is to kind of think about it. And I've had people telling me they're going to put it on a stick and connect it to a car and it's going to drive around. I don't think that's going to work because it's based on heat. But anyways, like, collude with other people, come up with ideas. No personal data is ever sold. That is something to note, that we are not selling personal data ever. This is all we'll show you a spec of what data is collected once Michael talks to the data mining platform. And as I mentioned, the NFT is really your receipt and ticket to onboarding with the data mining platform. So it's an essential piece and really kind of our way of pre-launching the actual physical hardware. So how do you get yours? I took this from the website. This is nothing that you haven't seen, but for those that don't go to the website and just ask everybody in Telegram, what do you do, and don't do your own research, I'm giving you this on a silver platter. It starts by sign up for our newsletter, which will tell you kind of new partnerships that are rolling out that kind of enhance this product line. We'll give you announcements on the pre-sale that's going to occur on January 18th on the Lattice Launchpad. And then once you get your NFT and the data mining platform is ready to launch, you'll be able to log in using your NFT and begin earning DAG rewards right away. Once we're ready to ship out, we'll notify people with those serial numbers that they can redeem and connect their hardware device to their NFT serial number. And ultimately, you'll be incentivized to earn more rewards by turning on and activating your Dôr Traffic Miner. And that's really kind of us trying to simplify how you get started and how easy this is. And we're hoping this really invites more people into our ecosystem that want to be educated about crypto, but man, they don't understand how solving a math problem gets you a piece of Bitcoin, what you can do with Bitcoin. Well, now here's a closed loop circle on what you can do with real world data that's been proven to have value and cryptocurrency. So Michael Brand, I always love saying Michael Brand's name. Lastly, it's a shout out to Camilla right there, but I would love for you to introduce the data mining platform and how you manage your DTM and data mining operations. And hopefully you all see kind of this bigger picture that we have in store over the next year or two.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for that great introduction to the DTM, Ben. We're going to be reiterating all those facts very continuously over the next few months, make sure everyone understands it fully. But I want to take a step back here and have everyone realize we're actually talking about two different products here, right? There's the DTM, and then there's the data mining platform. And I want to give us kind of a bird's eye view of what we're actually creating here and what the vision is, right? Because data mining doesn't have to be limited to just foot traffic, right? So if you hop over to the next slide here. This platform is going to allow mining data from any kind of data source. So what we're actually setting up here, starting with the DTM, is an infrastructure for people to mine valuable data and for data buyers to actually obtain that data, right? So the vision here is that it's flexible and that we'll have all kinds of different data sources. All of these datapreneurs, as Ben mentions, will be helping facilitate that transfer from a data source over to a data buyer. So initially, all these sources are going to be approved by us. A few details there, right? And also, one of the benefits of these NFT system that we're using, right? Not only is the NFT a receipt for your purchase of the data source, but the NFT is also your access to the mining platform, right? So it's a Web3 based platform. So those NFTs that you own are how you access the platform and actually manage your devices. So for the future, any other source we come up with, or if we start releasing even more DTMs, we'll have associated NFTs. Now, where this gets really interesting is the bounty system. And that's how people earn rewards for this data. So we'll jump into that. I'll talk more about the platform as a block diagram later, but I know, this is kind of a key part of the entire system. So if we hop to the next slide here. All of the rewards will be distributed via a bounty system, right? And so a bounty is a request for a specific type of data with predefined rewards. All of these bounties will be paid in DAG. And what's cool here is a single miner can earn multiple bounties at the same time. So this bounty system is a way for people who want data to show how valuable it is, right? I can give you an example with the DTM, right? We're likely going to have a bounty that just is for any doorway, right? If you get us foot traffic from any doorway, there will be a bounty and a reward system in place. There might be an additional bounty for retail shops, right? So now that DTM will receive both of those bounties. So you can actually earn from multiple sources. With that being said, I actually would like to, I know a lot of people are saying, well, which data is valuable? Data coming out of my house is not valuable. I would like us to also take a step back there and really rethink the value of data, right? I can tell you right now from running a foot traffic company, if we knew if people were leaving or entering their houses during all of these COVID outbreaks, that's incredibly valuable data in aggregate, right? As Ben mentioned, we're not interested in individuals' data. I always like to say that the foot traffic sensor monitors the movement of people, not individuals, right? This aggregate data, you'll be very surprised how valuable it is. Knowing how often people use bathrooms, that's another piece of data. I've had people deploy foot sensors in bathrooms to get that data. So you never know what you're going to find. I think it's a safe assumption to say that this infrastructure and what we're setting up will be the first steps in creating valuable data sources. So along with the bounty system, you're also going to receive an additional token. We're calling this a data token, which is our governance token for the platform. This will be an L0, and that will also be earned alongside any DAG that you earn. So we can hop over to the next slide here. All right, so here's the overall system components of the data mining platform. So at the very top, we have the NFT, which is linked directly to the source. And the source specifies a type of data that's coming in. In our case, the DTM is the source. So you can imagine as we expand this, the source doesn't necessarily need to be hardware. It can be anything that provides a data stream and requires someone to manage that data stream. Now, where things get really interesting, where the meat of all of this is in the state and the metadata attached to this NFT. So the metadata is a large amount of data, either predefined or user-defined values that I will explain on the next slide as well. But just right here, it's a set of values that determines the state of the device and determines how you can either fix the device, take actions on the device, and what bounties you qualify for. Leads to the next one, which is actions. So to give you an example of this, right, you might have a piece of metadata that says the batteries are low. The action that you take will be to replace the batteries, right? So it's a predefined set of actions that you can do in order to change the metadata of your device, with the ultimate goal being to have that data line up with the bounties and earn those rewards. So at the end of the day, the output of this system is a data set and then the rewards to the data miner. Well, if you want to hop to the next slide, Ben. So here's a diagram of the DTM, right? So you can see we have the NFT that has the source, which is DTM. And here's an example of metadata, right? There's two types. There's metadata that you enter yourself, and there's metadata that you don't have control over directly. So things like how big your doorway is, the location address, maybe a picture of the installation for auditing purposes. Predefined metadata would be things like board ID, what algorithm is it using? Is the data actually coming in, the battery life, things like that. So all of that can determine actions. If everything's running perfectly, there's no actions to take. And that's where it can line up with a bounty to generate those rewards. So my hope is in the future, we could have devices mining valuable data that could have 10 or 15 bounties for a specific device. Why I love the bounty system too is it allows the miner to actually control who's buying their data, right? You'll actually see who put that bounty out there. You can opt into it or opt out of that bounty if you don't want that person to have access to the data. So it creates a lot of transparency in this space.
And Michael, I do like to preface that while this might look complicated to a lot of people, this is all the technology that's behind the scenes of capturing this amount of info to provide accuracy for customers that do want this data, that want to buy this data. That's where a lot of the value comes in. At the end of the day, the device is a peel and stick device where you just stick it above a doorway that's operating on a battery. And how deep you want to go into this and providing more insights, more accuracy will ultimately be, the outcome will be various rewards.
Yeah, this is definitely taking the iPhone and opening it up and letting you see the guts. So yeah, the DTM itself, extremely complex. The user experience is very straightforward, peel and stick. Yeah.
Going back and forth between slides here. So, kind of wrapping it up in a nutshell, as we're going to be going to an AMA right after this on the Lattice Exchange Telegram. If you're interested in learning more of the nuances that we covered here, I would say go to the website, sign up for information on the pre-sale. The pre-sale for the Dôr Traffic Miner, the DTM, will be available on January 18th. We'll have various staking pools, and we'll provide more details on what those staking pools look like so that you can get a device. And then DTM owners will get special access to new releases and software features. So those that own devices will be kind of first in line to receive information for new data sources, how to get involved, how to earn in different ways. As I mentioned earlier, the devices are starting at $5,000 a piece. That's being exclusively offered to those at the Lattice Launchpad, those that participate. And shipment of the first devices based on serial number, not based on how many you buy, but the randomization of the serial number will be in Q4 2022 via the data mining platform. So as a follow-up over the next several weeks and months, we'll be providing a lot more information to you all, such as tokenomics, what other bounties look like, the release date on the data mining platform. So please don't ask that today. We can give you a high level, but yeah, all that new partners that we're bringing into the fold to make this platform extremely powerful. We have a major partnership being announced in the next couple of weeks that I'm excited about, and that we worked really hard on over the past couple of months, and as well as other data sources. So we've all been really excited about this from our company. It's been a great experience merging two businesses together, teaching one company how to build cryptocurrency-based projects, another company learning supply chain management and what it's like to work with hardware, and really kind of building product excellency in our company. And so you're going to see a lot more from Constellation that, we all know that we're pushing the needle in so many ways. We're all making strides to do something that nobody's done in the space. And while we want to continue to do that, and I think with the Dôr Traffic Miner and the data mining platform, you're starting to see our vision come to fruition. We also want it to be easy for people to navigate our ecosystem. Sometimes it's hard to tell our friend what Constellation is. Well, this could be an easy starting point for everybody to say, hey, get one of these Dôr Traffic Miners, stick it above a doorway, earn crypto for the data that you provide. Okay, how does that all work? Well, if you really want to dive into, the hypergraph and HTTP and concurrent consensus mechanisms, by all means, I'll welcome you into that. But I think there's some interesting innovation that's going to come in from this purely by letting this be kind of a first entry point into our ecosystem, and making it around hardware and data mining. So without further ado, I think we're going to jump over to the AMA here in a bit for what's scheduled. I don't know if that's right away, but yeah, we'll take questions and answers. I'm sure there's a ton of questions. I hope we walked through a bunch of those today and cleared up some confusion. Thank you all. See you in the Lattice Exchange Telegram. Great job, Michael.
Thank you, Ben.
Great job, guys.